You don't just carry your phone, you take it everywhere, to the bathroom, to the kitchen, even to your bed. Like it's the last thing protecting you from something. And maybe it is. Because the moment it's not in your hand, something feels off, a little empty, a little too quiet, and you don't like that silence. So you reach for it again. Not because you need to, but because you need what it gives you. And here's the uncomfortable question: what are you actually trying to avoid? You wake up. Before your eyes fully open, your hand already knows where to go: the phone. You don't even think about it anymore. It's automatic. Notifications, messages, maybe nothing important. Still, you scroll. Because staying in your own mind, even for a few seconds, feels heavier than checking your screen. And that says more than you think. You take your phone into the bathroom. You tell yourself it's just a habit. But habits don't usually come with discomfort when they're broken. Try leaving your phone outside next time. Notice what happens: that slight uneasiness, that urge, that feeling that something is missing. That's not just habit, that's attachment. You sit down to eat. The phone is next to your plate, sometimes in your hand, sometimes playing something in the background. Because eating in silence feels strange now, almost uncomfortable, like something is wrong, even when nothing is. So you fill that silence again. You walk somewhere, phone in hand, even if you're not using it, just holding it, like a safety object. Like if you let go of it, something inside you might come up, something you're not ready to deal with. And maybe you've noticed this. You check your phone even when there's nothing there. Open an app, close it, open another, scroll a little, then stop, then do it again. Not because you're interested, but because you're restless. Pause for a moment. I want you to think about this honestly. When your phone is not around, what exactly do you feel? Is it just boredom? Or is it something deeper, something harder to name? Because most people say, I'm just bored. But boredom is often a surface feeling. Under it, there's something else, something quieter, something more uncomfortable. Maybe it's loneliness. That feeling that even when you're connected to everyone, you still feel disconnected inside. Maybe it's overthinking, thoughts that start getting louder the moment everything else gets quiet. Or maybe it's emotions you've been pushing away for a long time, things you never fully processed, things you don't want to sit with. So instead, you scroll. Let's go deeper. Your phone isn't just a device, it's a tool for escape, a very effective one, because it works instantly. The moment you feel something uncomfortable, you don't have to face it. You just switch your attention. And your brain loves that. It learns quickly. Discomfort to phone to relief. So, next time discomfort shows up, your brain doesn't even wait, it reacts. And over time, you lose your tolerance for silence, for stillness, for just being, because you've trained your mind to always need stimulation, always need something external, something to fill the space. But here's the part people don't talk about. When you constantly avoid your inner world, you slowly lose connection with it. You stop understanding yourself. You stop knowing what you actually feel. Because every time something real tries to come up, you interrupt it before it can fully form. This is your first pause. Don't skip it. Think about the last time you felt something uncomfortable, not physically, emotionally. What did you do right after? Did you sit with it? Or did you distract yourself? Be honest, because that moment, that choice, that's where everything begins. Let me show you something. Imagine two versions of you. One version feels something uncomfortable and immediately reaches for the phone. The other version feels the same thing, but chooses to sit with it, even if it's hard, even if it's messy. Which version do you think grows? Which version understands themselves better? Which version actually heals? Distraction feels good in the moment, but it comes with a cost, a hidden one. You delay your growth, you delay your clarity, you delay your healing, and the longer you delay it, the heavier it becomes. Now, think about this. Why do some moments feel harder than others? Why is it so uncomfortable to be alone at night? Why do thoughts hit harder when everything is quiet? Because that's when there's nothing left to hide behind. No noise, no distraction, just you. And for many people, that's the scariest place to be. Not because they're weak, but because they've never learned how to face it. So instead, they avoid it again and again with something small, something harmless, something normal, like a phone. But here's the twist. The more you avoid those thoughts and feelings, the stronger they become. They don't disappear, they wait, they build up quietly until one day they come back all at once and suddenly scrolling doesn't help anymore. You've probably experienced this. You're scrolling video after video. Nothing feels interesting. Nothing satisfies you. You keep going, but something feels off, empty. That's not because the content is bad. It's because you're trying to fix something deeper with something shallow. Let's talk about real life for a second. You're sitting with friends. Everyone is on their phone. There are small conversations. But most of the time, everyone is distracted and no one questions it. Because it's normal now, but normal doesn't mean healthy. You go out to a nice place. Instead of experiencing it fully, you capture it. Take pictures, post it, check who liked it, check who viewed it. And while you're doing all that, the moment itself passes. Unnoticed. You're physically present, but mentally somewhere else. And the more this happens, the more disconnected you feel, not just from others, from yourself. This is your second pause. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine sitting somewhere quiet. No phone, no music, no distractions, just you. What happens? Do your thoughts slow down or do they get louder? Do you feel calm or restless? That reaction, that's your inner world trying to speak. And most of the time, we don't listen. We interrupt it again and again. But what if you didn't? What if just for a few minutes, you allowed yourself to sit with it? No escape, no distraction, just awareness. It would feel uncomfortable at first, maybe even overwhelming. But then something interesting happens. Your mind starts to settle. Your thoughts become clearer. Your emotions become easier to understand because you finally gave them space. That's something your phone can never give you. Clarity. It can distract you, entertain you, numb you, but it can't help you understand yourself. And understanding yourself is everything. It's how you grow, it's how you heal, it's how you become stronger emotionally. Not by avoiding discomfort, but by facing it. Let's take a deeper example. Imagine you're feeling anxious. You don't know why. So you grab your phone, you scroll, you watch something, you feel a little better, but the anxiety doesn't actually go away. It just hides. And later, it comes back, maybe even stronger. Now imagine instead you sit with that anxiety. You ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? You don't rush it. You don't escape it. You just observe it. Slowly, you start to understand it. And once you understand it, it loses its power over you. That's the difference. Avoiding versus understanding. Escaping versus facing. Now, here's the realization most people miss. You don't take your phone everywhere because you need it. You take it everywhere because you don't fully feel okay without it. It's emotional, not practical. Your phone becomes a buffer between you and discomfort, between you and silence, between you and yourself. But the more you rely on it for that, the less capable you become of handling things on your own. And that's dangerous. Not in an obvious way, but in a quiet way, a slow way. Because one day, you might find yourself unable to sit with your own thoughts, unable to be present, unable to feel without escaping. And that's when it starts affecting everything, your focus, your relationships, your peace of mind. But here's the good news. You don't have to quit your phone. You don't have to change everything overnight. This isn't about extremes, it's about awareness. Next time you reach for your phone, pause. Just for a few seconds. Ask yourself, why am I doing this right now? Not every time, just sometimes. That small pause changes everything because it breaks the pattern. And once the pattern breaks, you gain control. You start choosing instead of reacting. Maybe sometimes you still scroll, that's fine. But other times, you might choose differently. You might sit with the feeling, you might stay in the moment, you might actually listen to yourself, and slowly, you build something most people don't have anymore: emotional strength, the ability to be alone without feeling empty, the ability to feel without needing to escape. This is your final pause. Ask yourself this honestly. If your phone disappeared for a week, who would you be? Not what would you do? Who would you become? More present, more aware, more uncomfortable, or maybe more real? Because at the end of the day, this isn't about your phone. It's about your relationship with yourself. You don't take your phone everywhere because you need it. You take it everywhere because something inside you feels safer when it's there. But real safety doesn't come from distraction. It comes from understanding, from facing what's inside you, from becoming someone who doesn't need to escape their own mind, and that starts with a simple moment, a small pause, a choice, not to reach, not to scroll, but to stay, just for a little longer, with yourself.